So there was a recent update to Infinite Warfare that added a new feature to the game. This feature is what is known as game health icons. Now unfortunately, the only details I could find about it were posted on Reddit, and not everyone frequents Reddit. As such, I've already been bombarded with questions and comments asking if I know what these icons mean. Luckily, I do, and I'll try my best to explain them. So first of all, the icons in question will appear on the left-hand side of your screen right in the center. The first thing you need to know is that these only appear when the game detects non-ideal conditions that affect the performance of the game. If you don't see any icons, then there should be no problems with your game performance. Now from what I've read, these icons will be used to gather more information to help the developers take appropriate actions to improve the game performance. There's a total of 4 icons you can potentially see, as evidenced by this screenshot. Now these 4 icons can either be yellow, which indicates warning levels, or red, as seen here, which indicates a severe issue. Let's talk about the top one first. This icon represents a high latency. So what exactly does latency mean? The latency value shows us the round-trip time of the actual game data that's sent back and forth between the Infinite Warfare game client and the Infinite Warfare game server. It'll usually be a little bit higher than your ping value. So how do you know if your latency is good or bad? What you need to know is that when you see a yellow icon like this, it'll mean you'll begin to see problems in the game you're currently in. If and when this icon turns red, you'd better back out and find a different server. The next icon represents Latency Variation. This will tell you how much the travel time of your game data is changing. A steady latency is obviously ideal, because the server has to constantly adapt to your current latency. But if it goes up and down a lot, then the server will have a hard time to adjust to that. So the yellow and red performance icons will alert you when there's problems with your latency variation. Again, with the yellow being a warning, and the red meaning you're going to have a bad time. Now the bottom icon that looks like 3 stop signs represents what is called packet loss. This is an issue where the game data simply disappears on the way between the client and the server. This is just as bad as it sounds. You can get by with a few dropped packets here and there, but actual loss is not good. So the yellow icon like this will tell you that your packet loss is causing you some issues. The red icon will alert you that you need to get a different server or check your internet connection. So there's one icon left, which is the third one down from the top. I'm not quite sure what this one is. If I had to guess, I'd say this is a ping indicator based on its design. The ping is the reaction time of your connection. It's how fast you get a response after you've sent out a request. The smaller the ping value, the more responsive the connection. The higher the ping, the bigger the difference between what we see on our screen and what the other players see on theirs, which means more lag. So obviously, a yellow indicator like this means your ping is reaching high levels. And a red icon like this would mean you need to hightail it out of the match. Now I'm 100% certain that the information for the first 3 icons is correct. It's the icon that I assumed was ping is the one I'm not quite confident about. Battlefield has a similar system to this, which is how I got my information. The icons match up almost identical except for the ping one, which is completely missing in those games. So again, if you don't see any yellow or red icons, you shouldn't be having any issues playing the game. Most people tend to blame bad performance on lag, but now we can actually determine if lag was the culprit. If you find yourself in a dumpster fire, but yet don't see any of these icons, chances are you probably just suck at this game. Now if you're doing bad and you do see yellow or red icons, then you've got a legitimate case and should probably back out of the current game or restart your internet. I should note that you can also see these game health icons in the kill cams. Now with that said, I guess I can retract the statement I just made about people sucking at the game. It could be possible for you yourself not to see the icons, but get killed by someone lagging their dick off and have all 4 of these red icons in the kill cam. Either way, these game health icons are a great addition for us to help diagnose connection issues. I just wanted to point out that I myself hardly ever lag. The only time I see issues are when my kids or my wife are trying to watch movies on their phones while I'm playing the game. However, I've been getting a few of these packet loss icons every now and again, despite not seeing any noticeable difference in my gameplay. It'll just seem to pop up when I'm running from point A to point B, and very rarely is it when I'm in an actual gunfight. But this morning, I got into one of the weirdest lobbies I've ever been in before. It was almost like a lag switch. I've probably played Infinite Warfare for 8 days or more in game time, and I've never encountered anything like this. I knew something was wrong right away since it wouldn't even let me spawn in. So this is the worst case scenario you could experience with regard to the game health icons. You'll see that all 4 icons are constantly flashing red and yellow the entire match. It wasn't just me though. I had my microphone on and I could hear people talking about the insane lag. I was even falling through the map left and right since it was so bad. So this is the amount of lag necessary to get all 4 of the game health icons to pop up. You have to be truly lagging your dick off for it to register all the icons at once. And that, as they say, is that. Overall, the game health icons are a great addition to Infinite Warfare. Now we can truly tell when lag is occurring based on the 4 different icons on our screen. If you see some of these multiple times during a match, simply back out and find another lobby. There's no more guesswork necessary. Either get busy living or get busy lagging.